Political concepts of the left and the right, copied from Gnosticism. You didn't realize that this false dialectic is 2,000 years old? I'll show you. Let's take a look at the Nag Hammadi Library. For those who haven't heard of them, the Nag Hammadi Library is a selection of surviving Gnostic books from about 2,000 years ago, and in this instance I'll be reading the book called the Tripartite Tractate. According to this book, the Gnostics believed that there were three types of people, and they were divided by their spiritual ability. So let's read about the first two. For each of the two orders he named by a name. Those who belong to the remembrance and to the likeness are called the right, the psychic, the fires, and the middles. But those who belong to the presumptuous thought and to the imitation are called the left, Hylic, darknesses, and the last. I believe these same tropes are being reused by the occultists who run your society. There is no reason why the terminology that's been given to you all to differentiate yourselves politically should match up with this terminology from 2,000 years ago, but there it is. I think someone's having a bit of a laugh at your expense and defining who they're using as their useful idiots, and they also have society under a spell that it doesn't recognize or understand. In Gnosticism, what you had were three types of people. Hylics, that were basically human robots and were referred to as the left. As we've seen in the last few years, these are the masses of humanity that can very easily become an Agent Smith. They exist everywhere, and they only exist to uphold the system. Psychics, who were referred to as the right. These people had a bit of divine spark and could be woken up. But sadly, they can also be very easily diverted until they forget themselves, forget their path, and become just another Hylic. And finally, Pneumatics. Those who had achieved gnosis, a first-hand rapport with the divine within this lifetime, or who had chosen to come back to reincarnate to help raise others up and teach them, like the Eastern concept of the Bodhisattva. The differentiation between the Hylics and the Psychics, the left and the right, was in whether or not they could wake up enough to realize that they were trapped in this matter prison and try to escape. The Hylics had no chance of it whatsoever. They were purely materialistic, animalistic people, just as they are these days. Over the last year, so many of you have shared your stories with me and have pleaded with me about why some people around you just don't seem to be able to wake up. The point of this video is to let you know that you're not crazy. You are surrounded by people who look, walk, talk, and act like you do, but who cannot wake up. And this is a pattern that we have recognized in them for thousands of years. This video also comes as a warning. Things are about to get very uncomfortable in the world. And the Hylics will be used as mouthpieces to keep you distracted. Hylics have no internal dialogue because they have no connection to source. Their tool to validate themselves is endless debate. How many of you have tried to talk about very important issues and facts with people around you lately, only to be deliberately misunderstood, misrepresented, misheard, and dismissed? That is the warfare tactic of the Hylic. They cannot defeat your truth. They can only wear you down. In coming weeks and months, it's going to be very important for you to listen to your inner voice, your inner gnosis of what is true, and not be taken in by the endless tricks of the Hylics around you. Stand strong, and you'll get through it.